everyone, today we're going to be diving into the fascinating pre-operational stage in child development. This stage typically unfolds between the ages 2 to 7 years. Throughout the stage, a child begins to develop key characteristics, and the characteristics we're going to be covering today in this video is a more solid grasp of object permanence, conservation, egocentrism, and symbolic play. We'll be showing real-life examples to showcase these characteristics and how they play a part in the everyday life of a child. Thank you. Let's go.
Okay, this is your pony. Can you see it, Everly?
Yes.
Okay, well, I'm gonna put it somewhere.
Close my eyes.
No, don't close your eyes. Can you find it? Do you know where it is? Oh, wow. Wow. What about now? Are they the same or does one have more?
Same.
The same?
Yeah.
What about now? Are they the same? Which one has more? That one has more? I'm gonna turn the castle around, okay? I'm gonna turn it this side.
I can see them.
What do you see from this side, Everly?
I see cars right here. I see those right here, and then I see flowers. And then I see a castle right here, and then I see a ladder to come up. Open the door, and then I like.
Tell me what you see when I turn it around now. What do you see from this side?
Here I see a thing. I see cake. I see tea. I see tea. I see cupcakes. I see clock. I see books. I see what is this one?
Teapot.
Teapot. I see teapot. I see flowers, and I see all the books and the clock.
Wow.
There's one sticker right here. I see a frog and monkeys.
Wow. Okay, what do you want to play?
I want this with the daddy and this with the mommy.
Oh, okay. What else?
I want to hide it.
Welcome back, guys. Let's discuss the characteristics shown in the video. First, let's talk about object permanence. At around 2 years of age, the children begin to develop object permanence, this understanding that objects continue to exist even when they're not in sight. In this case, as shown in the video, the 2-year-old sees an object being hidden under a pillow and then actively searches for it, and this shows signs of understanding that it's still there, and it indicates a growing grasp of object permanence. In the pre-operational stage, children often struggle with the concept of conservation, which involves understanding that certain properties of objects such as quantity, volume, or mass remain unchanged despite their change in appearance. For instance, when the child from this stage observes the transfer of the same amount of liquid from a smaller cup to a larger cup and still believes the larger cup holds more liquid, it illustrates difficulty in comprehending conservation. Instead, the child focuses on the external appearance, assuming that size directly correlates with quantity, rather than recognizing that the amount of liquid remains constant despite the change in container size. Children in this stage also struggle with egocentrism. Egocentrism is when they struggle to consider perspectives other than their own and end up believing that their viewpoint is the only correct one. For instance, when the child is presented a toy castle and asked to list what she sees, she focuses on what she is currently seeing from her side, finding it difficult to conceptualize or acknowledge the viewpoints or details that differ from her own, despite the castle being moved numerous times. This highlights their struggle with considering alternative perspectives beyond their immediate viewpoint. Lastly, the child uses symbolic play. Symbolic play often involves children using objects to represent different roles or scenarios during pretend play. In this case, the child engages in symbolic play by using dolls to enact roles, portraying them as mother and father. By assigning specific roles to the dolls, the child engages in imaginative play, mimicking family relationships and behaviors. Thank you. That is all for pre-operational stage that we are going to cover. Next is a formal stage.
My videos will be on Piaget's formal operational stage. This stage is characterized by a crucial cognitive leap, usually occurring around the ages 11 to 12. During this stage, children gain the ability to think abstractly and hypothetically, dealing with ideas beyond the realm of concrete experiences. They can engage in logical reasoning, handle complex problem solving, and explore hypothetical scenarios. This stage fosters a more mature understanding of concepts, allowing for scientific thinking and advanced problem solving. Overall, it is where children develop the capacity for more complex and abstract thinking, enabling them to navigate complex challenges and perceive the world in a more detailed manner. I'll give you 2 things, and then you have to relate the answer to it. So premise 1, all mammals have fur. Premise 2, a rabbit is a mammal. Based on these premises, can you deduce whether all rabbits have fur? Why or why not?
Rabbits have fur because they're mammals?
How are a tree and a book similar? Think beyond their physical appearances.
they're made of the same thing. The paper of a book is made from trees.
What do you think the world would be like if gravity stopped working for 1 hour?
People in buildings would be jumping around like if they were in a space station, but people outside would kind of just float away into space.
That's a good answer. If you were conducting an experiment to prove that plants need sunlight to grow, how would you set it up?
Put one plant out in the sun, while one plant in complete darkness. Give both plants the same treatment, just that there's one with sunlight and without.
Last question. So, if a person stole medicine to save a family member's life, would that be right or wrong? Why?
It would be in the right, but also in the wrong as well. It would be sort of a chaotic good.
Chaotic good?
Yeah.
Reasoning?
Because it would be because you have a very good reason to steal the medicine. Like, what if your family member needs the medicine now?
Yeah, it says to save a family member's life, so they would die in a way, in a sense, the question says.
But stealing is just wrong as a whole.
So,
But they kind of balance each other out. As it was between a moral dilemma. If you steal, which is doing a bad thing, to save your family member, or doing nothing and just watching them die.
thanks, and that's a good answer. High five. So as you can see, the child asks various questions ranging from those that test his abstract thoughts and deductive reasoning. The question about hypothetical situations, like the effects of gravity stopping, prompt abstract thinking by pushing beyond the bounds of immediate reality and exploring imaginative scenarios. And in comparison with the 4-year-old, it displays how much development takes place for a child who is 12 to be able to give an answer, along with scientific reasoning, is evaluated through questions related to experiments or scientific concepts. Although not directly addressed, these questions can hint at metacognitive growth and social understanding. Overall, these questions gauge the child's capacity for abstract thought, logical deduction, and complex problem solving, aligning with the characteristics of the formal operational stage in Piaget's theory of cognitive development.
Everly, how are a tree and a book similar? Think beyond their appearance.
I don't know, John. I forgot.